Hey, I'm Paul Chapman, and I'm here in Musanze, Rwanda with my friend Russell Rainey. And I wanted to do this video to show the penny-conscious traveler how I communicate when I'm traveling abroad. And I've been doing this for about 2 years. And what I like about it is it's pretty simple and reliable for me, and I know dollar certain how much I'm going to spend. And so this isn't the only way to do it. This is just an economical, effective way to do it. So there are two pieces of equipment that I don't go out of the country without. And one is a cheap, this happens to be a Motorola brand, quad band, unlocked cell phone. And I found this on Amazon for just under $50. The interface is horrible, but it is a phone, and it is a very effective phone. The battery life on it happens to be outstanding. And what I do as soon as I land in a new country is I will buy a prepaid SIM card. And as many of y'all know, the SIM cards just go into the back of the phone here. And there's my MTN card that I use here in Rwanda. And I bought a couple thousand francs local airtime here. And so this is my phone, and I have a local number. And that way I can communicate with people here locally. And then the other thing that I do is as soon as I know my local number, I email it to my wife and to the office back in the States, so that if they wanted to reach me as I'm traveling around, they can use an application called Skype. And many of you are familiar with the application Skype. That's SKYPE.com is the URL. Skype is a great over-the-internet voice or video communications tool. It's been around for years, and it's the one that all the other communications tools that are competing in that market compare themselves against. I've used some of the rest, and I like Skype. The great thing is Skype also has an iPhone and an Android app. You can see my iPhone app right here, and I'll launch that. Now, I don't have an internet signal right now, but it will go ahead and launch it. Here are my contacts. Right, it also has a chat feature, which I use often, and I've used a lot this week on this trip here. And so here's kind of the difficult thing for the newbie, if you will, is when I reach a coffee house or the destination with a Wi-Fi signal, is when I leave the U.S., I turn my radio signal off. No cell phone signal anymore for me. And that's just through your settings bar. And get mine to pop up here. And that's airplane mode. My airplane mode is on. So when I left Atlanta 1 week ago with Rosie and we came over here, I turned airplane mode on. No more cell signal. But as soon as I landed in the Kigali airport, I turned on Wi-Fi. And in the airport there was a Wi-Fi signal which allowed me to send and receive emails for free. It also allowed me to use Skype for free. Now, the signal was too slow for me to use video or voice, so what I did was I chatted with my wife, and I just let her know, hey, I'm down on the ground, everything's safe, we're getting on a bus, and it's going to be 2 hours before I have my next cell phone signal, but don't worry, I'm safe. Now, what she could do then, because I already had this cell phone number from a previous trip, is she could call me using Skype with just, I think it's about 20 cents a minute here locally. So she signed on to her Skype account back in the U.S., and then she typed in my cell phone number, and she had bought some Skype credit and was able to call me from her computer on my prepaid cell phone, and we paid, I think, 22 cents a minute for that, which is very, very cheap compared to other ways that you might communicate by just turning your normal cell phone on. Okay, so that's Skype. I highly recommend it. When I'm at Russell and Cheryl's, they have a fast enough internet connection. I've even done video calls this week where I'm showing them around and my kids are watching. I've called the office several times and talked, and there's only a slight delay, so highly recommend Skype. The other app I want to show you, this is not a necessity, but it's new to me and I like it a lot. Will Crawford turned Rosie Stevens and I onto this. It's called Haywire. Heywire. There's an iPhone and an Android app for this. And Haywire allows you to send and receive texts to the U.S. Or to another country, but of course for us it's the U.S. for free. And so again, when I hit a Wi-Fi signal here, I'm able to communicate with my daughter who texts all the time. I'm able to communicate with her for free just by sending text. So this is how I communicate when I'm traveling. It doesn't cost me a lot of money. I put $10 on my Skype account, $10 on my wife's Skype account, and that's good for a full trip, and usually a good bit more than that. So I hope that helps.